Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome to our latest episode of Finding Healthy Love. I'm Bari Lyman, the creator of the Meet to Marry method and the School of Healthy Love and Intimacy. Today we're going to talk about an important topic, a question that most people ask me. They say, am I too late to find love? Is it too late for me? Am I too old? And they say, oh, it seems like it would have been easier 5 years ago, 10 years ago. My body was different, my skin was different, and it would have been just so much easier then. Have you ever felt that way? I know. I questioned that in the old paradigm before I got married 15 years ago to Michael, my true love. I wondered, like, what's up with this? Why is it so hard? So today we're going to talk about and answer the question, is it too late for you to find love, and what to do about it, how to really make it happen. So first thing I want to ask you is, what do you feel is getting in your way? Why do you think that in the past it would have been easier? Is it a looks thing? Is it energy? Are you meeting the wrong people? What is it for you? And how are you feeling emotionally now that you're not with the person that you really want to be with? So I know how frustrating that can feel, and so often people feel like everyone out there is low quality. Do you ever feel that way? So let me ask you a question. Do you believe that it's possible for you to find love right now? Do you believe it? So maybe there's a part of you that says, oh yes, I believe it, but I'm guessing there's a part of you that says, I don't think so. I don't think it's in the cards. Maybe I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that. So here's the thing. If you don't believe it's possible now to find love because something is missing or something is wrong where I live, something is wrong with the sites, people are low quality, all the good ones are taken, I would have just been better off 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Or maybe you're questioning, you don't believe because you let go of someone from the past that really was not for you, but now you're saying, oh, maybe that person, maybe I should have given in, or maybe if I were different or they were different. So here's the answer for you about if it's too late for you to find love. The answer is, it's not too late for you to find love. Why? Because the time is now. Now is the time to find love. Now is the time that you're sick of your patterns, you're sick of struggling, you're sick of meeting wrong people, and you know there's a part of you that really wants it, right? That really craves partnership. Having that person with you to have your back, to love you, to play with you, and to see you as you are. Part of you knows that. But the part of you that doesn't believe, that's the problem. Because we create what we believe. If you think you're right, if you think you can't find someone, then that's what you're going to create. So the reason we think we're too old or too heavy, we're a little bit overweight, or we don't live in the right place, or we don't have enough education, or we're not successful enough, all of those things that run through your mind, whatever that flavor is for you, what that's doing is that is literally repelling the love you want, and it's literally attracting what you don't want. Literally attracting that. So when we don't believe because we have fear. We have fear. And where is that fear originating? That fear originates in the past. It's from the past. It comes from our childhood, from our traumas that are unresolved. And they are still running you, whether you're 25 or 35 or 45 or even 65. They are still running you. How do we know that? Because you don't wake up in a loving relationship of your dreams. That's how we know it. So we're all creating a certain situation for ourselves. And if we don't believe that it's possible, and we're saying about ourselves, oh, the old days were so much better. Trust me, the old days weren't so much better, because if they were so great, you'd be with that person you were with. So internally, the reason you're not with the love of your life is always internal. We're creating the reality of our current situation. And that's the good news, is we can change it. So if you don't believe it, you can't have it. So it's not about, oh, well, show me a great relationship. It's more about believing it's possible to create a relationship of your dreams and to feel the way you need to feel internally. Because let me tell you where healthy love and real intimacy lives. Wait, you know where it really lives? It really lives on the other side of your fears. It lives on the other side of your comfort zone. Because if you don't believe it's possible and you feel like, oh, I'm too old, it's too late for me, then that's what you're creating. And I want to shake you up and say, no, that is absolutely delusional thinking, because you're creating what you're seeing, because there's actually a big payoff. There's a payoff to not believing. There's a payoff to thinking it's too late. Oh, my skin isn't what it was. My body isn't what it was. You're perfect now, right as you are. We all age. It's part of life. So when you're going with the flow of life and you know that you're perfect the way you are and that you can't bring the past back, and the past wasn't so great, right? Because you're here now. So what I want to do now is share with you rational, logical thinking about why you can find healthy love now and how to do it. So I want to share with you the case study of a client of mine. Her name is Brenda. And Brenda is from South Bend, Indiana. And she registered fully. She registered and she did fully my 90-day program, A Clear Path to True Healthy Love, because that's what she wanted. So when we met, here's what she said. She said, I've been looking my whole life for the love of my life, and I'm running out of time. I feel like I'm getting old. And she said that she was able to relate to my story because I kept doing the same things over and over again, and nothing changed. And she said, I have dated all the same men over these years. She said, but here's the thing, she said, that made all the difference in the world is she said, I'm ready to correct my thinking. She said, I'm on a dating site and I attract the wrong guys and I want to correct it. She said, I was married 33 years to a workaholic, and I was a workaholic, so I didn't deal with feelings, and who knew about vulnerability or intimacy? And then when I dated, I chased the wrong people and I stayed with them. And she said, it's crippling and it's costing me everything. So what I want to share with you is some really exciting news. So actually, she said, what might be getting in her way? That's a question I ask before we speak to people. And she said, I feel like I'm not lovable. That if they get to know the real me, that they won't like me. The kind of men she wants, if they get to know the real me. So fast forward, she joins the 90-day program because, like she said, I'm ready to correct my thinking, because she knew there was some element of not feeling lovable creating that reality. And she'd been doing that for many, many, many years. And so she joins our 90-day program and she does it fully. She's committed and she's an amazing student. And then what's happened is she said the other day she was in the second phase. She's in the second phase of our program. It's called Dating Camp. And she said, I can't wait to share this with you, but I found the one. I found the one. So I have some notes here from our call, and she explains how she was seeing someone, a few dates, and she realized she was always clear about who wasn't the one. And she said she knew what she really wanted and how she wanted to feel. And in the old days, she was collecting men, and she met the right one. And she said it just flows. She said from the first date, it just, everything flowed. We shared the same vision, the same values. And at the end of the date, he said, and what are you doing for breakfast tomorrow? And she was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And she said that they have been seeing each other like every day. He comes to her house every day, and they're planning their life. They're planning Christmas. They're talking about the future. And she said she's never felt so connected with someone. And his background is just like hers. He was in similar kinds of relationships. And she said, I know, like you taught me, Bari, that I'm the prize and that I deserve love. And even if he was not the one for me, I know who I am, and I know my value, and I know the conversations and the words to have, because I have a real plan. And she is so happy, and she is so giddy, because when healthy love happens, it's because you're already in the right frame of mind. You're already being the one to find the one. So she went through this whole first phase. So imagine you're 66, you've been repeating your patterns your whole life, and one day you say, no more, I'm done. And so within 90 days, she found her person. And most importantly is she found herself, because we need to discover herself. So she started out feeling like, I'm not lovable. And she said to me, I was totally open. She said, and I was very intentional about knowing how I wanted to feel in a relationship. So when she met him, and this is a common theme in all of our success stories, and it's a beautiful thing, and you can know how you want to feel before you meet the person, because you're in such a great, confident, authentic, vulnerable place in your life, and that is not something that you can sugarcoat or pretend or be phony about. You can't, because if you're out there kind of praying, meditating, analyzing in therapy what's not working, that is not a plan to get to where you want to go. So I wanted to share Brenda's story with you today, because she has achieved her dream by following the 5 shifts. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And she said, she said, I feel safe and cherished, and it's just, we're all so happy for Brenda, and this is the kind of thing that happens all the time. So how I wanted to end this with you, the message I wanted to leave you with, is that healthy love, it's available to you. Your person is in fact waiting for you, and the time is now. It is now September, and the holidays are coming up. And so your person lives on the other side of your limited beliefs. Your person lives on the other side of your comfort zone. And as I said in the beginning of this, of when we started, there is a payoff to being stuck on a certain way of thinking that, oh, it's too late for me, I'm not thin enough, my skin, I'm not enough. Or thinking it's outside yourself. All the good ones are taken, or dating sites suck, or all the people out there are low quality. There is a payoff to digging your heels in and staying in that frame of mind, that it's not you, that it's out there. There's a payoff. So think about that for a moment. What do you think that payoff is? And a payoff is where you get something out of thinking that way, of staying in a certain mindset, of not being open and vulnerable and coachable. What do you think that payoff is? So I'll tell you. The payoff is you get to be right. You get to keep yourself safe. You get to keep yourself in the same cycle of, of kind of victimhood, that the world is not, that it's too late, that it's possible for someone else, but it's not possible for me. And it's not true. It is absolutely not true. As I said, your true love, the life of your dreams, the extraordinary possibilities of living life in confidence, in health, in feeling amazing about yourself, in waking up with a real partner, in living your dream, in creating the abundance of your dream, in having the career of your dream with someone, that exists on the other side of your comfort zone. And I can't say that enough. So that means that you have to be willing to be vulnerable. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm vulnerable and I'm authentic. But you're really not. You may think you are. You may be intellectually, you may be helping other people in the world and doing great work. You may be vulnerable with friends. Maybe you're vulnerable at work. Maybe vulnerable, in your volunteer work. But I'm talking about intimacy. And intimacy is that deepest part of you that you allow others to see. But often we have fear of being hurt, fear of being abandoned. We're avoiding. So how many of you are avoiding it? You haven't dated in 10 years, or you're still pining over an ex, and you're thinking, oh, if only this or that, and you can't get past it. You can get past it. You're not past it now, because if you were past it now, you would be loving dating, you'd be meeting extraordinary people, and you would be sorting through them in the driver's seat until you found your person. So we can't sugarcoat it. What's missing is the plan and the next step after knowing and analyzing and praying and asking God to send the person to you. Because if you're out there busy doing all the stuff, but you don't really have the plan or the foundation, or starting from the future, being future focused, look, most of you are successful out there, right? You created a career, you raised children, you've helped other people, you make a difference, but not in your love life. So you need a plan. It's very important to create a plan, because like Brenda was saying, it's crippling to me to be working so hard at helping everyone else, at staying in wrong relationships, at trying to manipulate them to love me. Yeah, it really is crippling. And I know it costs me so much. It costs me adrenal fatigue. It costs me exhaustion of trying to, I wore rose-colored glasses and I helped so many people. I put men into careers because I couldn't see, because I didn't have a plan. And it's some part of me felt like there was really something wrong with me. So if I can do it, and I was stuck, and I was really, really stuck. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just busy doing. And if Brenda can do it, 66, find the love of her life, but more importantly, find the love for herself authentically, then you can do it. You can do it. So I want you to think about that today on this Sunday, about, do you want to continue, spinning and messing around on dating sites that don't teach you how to find love, or wasting your time dating people that are definitely not the ones and hold on to them because it's better than nothing, spending your weekends and nights alone, just distracting yourself? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can get really future focused and leave your comfort zone and do it in all the right steps and do it quickly, like Brenda did, like our clients do. So that's an invitation. So if you want to understand the steps to getting there, then watch a training I created that goes much deeper into the 5 shifts. And it's called the 5 shifts to finally discover how to find healthy love. Because I know you're amazing. I know you're extraordinary. And I know you can be in relationships. But that's not what this series is about. This series is about you being in the relationship of your dreams. Because your true love, the right person who shares your vision and your values and your goals, that can love you the way you are, and the way you're not, that can really get you. The person that has integrity, he or she is out there. On the same sites, in the same town, we create a plan. Because remember, if you're the problem and your thinking is the problem and it's not handled, right, and you're operating from the past, and the past is in the present causing you to have fear of abandonment, fear of making a mistake, or avoidance or distraction, if that's happening, it doesn't matter how many dating sites you go on. It doesn't matter how many matchmakers you hire, how many makeovers you get, because it's an internal foundational shift that needs to happen. So we don't need to fix you, but we need to remove the barriers within you so that you can open your heart. And I mean really open your heart, not like woo-woo, law of attraction, open your heart, but I mean really show up in the world in an integrated way. So check out the 5 Shifts Masterclass. It's called, you get to it, www.meettomary.com/real-love. And if that resonates, then book a call. If you're motivated to be with your true love, like Brenda, quickly, right before the holidays. But at the end of the day, shifting your belief system and living in possibility, I mean, it's just such an extraordinary gift. So I'm going to interview Brenda. You're going to get to meet her soon. But this just happened in our coaching, and I was so excited to share it with you. So go to meettomary.com/real-love and check it out. And if it resonates, let me know. And share below in the comments about what resonated for you about this conversation, because I'll tell you what, it's not too late for you. You're alive now. Now is your time. You have every single day to live the rest of your life thinking newly, feeling fulfilled, feeling celebrated, first by yourself and then with the partner of your dreams. So tell your friends if you like this conversation and you're ready